I saw it way up there. It was this tiny little nest. Inside there was a mother bird and 2 babies. I loved watching their interaction. Until one day, the baby birds flew away. The mother bird was left with an empty nest. I can relate. I too am an empty nester. Fellow Toastmasters, how many of you are empty nesters? If you're an empty nester, you may have heard of the acronym SAD. It stands for the different stages you go through. S is shock, A, anger, D, discovery. And then there's one more step, but nobody tells you about that. More about that later. The first step is shock. The first shock is that little one. You tied her shoes to go to kindergarten, and suddenly she's grown up and she's leaving for college. The second shock is, I don't even know my name. I mean, for years, my last name was Mom. My first name varied. I was soccer mom, carpool mom, super mom, able to leap in and save the day. Nobody calls me Mom anymore. I'm just Mary. Soon I went on to stage 2. Stage 2 is anger. Anger is God's way of making you want your children to live far, far away from you. I know exactly when it began. My daughter went to college. She spent the entire summer telling us that she was going to college. Then came the big day. We carried her last box and put it down. She suddenly discovered she left her hangers, her printer, and her sheets. Then began the big blame game. Mom, it's all your fault. You rushed me. You know what I did? I went home, got all the stuff for my little darling, and brought it to her. Now, my husband, he handled this empty nesting a lot better than I did. He didn't seem to mind when my son said, "Don't come to Parents' Weekend. I won't have time for you." He took it in stride. Not me. My anger boiled. It continued until they forgot my birthday 3 years in a row, and I went all Mount Vesuvius on them. Now, if they don't want to see me and they don't want me to show up, I have to find a way to know what's going on. That's when I discovered cyber stalking. It's great. All you need to do is go on Facebook and you listen a little bit to what your kids say. My son started talking about Natasha. Easy. I looked through his 3,000 something friends and 5 Natashas. That's okay. I'll look at Natashas in the greater LA area. I found her, a bikini-clad co-ed. Ooh la la. My daughter was a little harder. Facebook didn't work. But I did learn, if I asked her just one question a week, I could pull information out of those reticent lips. In 1 month, this is what I found out. She's dating Charlie. She met him in a bar. Now you know number 3. I'm hoping he's a doctor. Unemployed. Oh, and here's the kicker. He got expelled from high school for bringing a knife to school. At this point, my new mantra is don't ask so they don't tell. I do not want to know what's going on in their lives. My third therapist said, calm down, breathe, breathe. Imagine a wonderful time in your future. It's Thanksgiving Day. Bikini Girl is pushing my wheelchair, and our knife specialist is cutting the turkey. After after a while, the nightly panic attacks started to stop. And I started to feel better, and then it happened. I got to stage 4, the stage no one tells you about. That stage is elation. That's the woo-hoo! All of a sudden I realized I can do anything. I started new things. I joined Toastmasters. I had ice cream for dinner, slept till noon, started playing Twister, naked Twister. But I'll tell you, my favorite thing to do, I like to put on my bikini and garden in the backyard. Now, it fit, I don't know, maybe 25 pounds ago, but it doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna see me, and I have that all over tan. The other day, I was gardening and I realized my little bird friend isn't here anymore. I don't know if birds go through the different stages, whether she was shocked and angry and then had discovery. I can almost hear her go, "They don't call, they don't tweet." But you know what I hope? I hope my little bird friend has found that sense of elation that happens when you become an empty nester.